Oh my gosh.
So we're still learning this whole thing. That was fun. We've been talking to the camera for 10 minutes and it wasn't recording.
I think you should be all professional. Get closer to me. Now you look like a security guard.
The whole reason we started the channel on YouTube is for long form content, because if you follow us on socials, you probably think all we do is go to the gym and do fun shit, which we do.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But we also have regular lives like everybody else with regular struggles that are necessary to be talked about. But yeah, we had a really rough week. We had kind of a rough couple weeks with like health and stuff. Like we got back from Miami and it's just kind of been an ongoing struggle. And But no, it's been a weird week. So I think we don't always just want to show fitness stuff, and we don't always want to be like, oh, our life's perfect, because it's not. But yeah, this week we spent some time in some doctor's offices, and I think it's important to chat about.
I feel like women that are working out, like me, go on birth controls and then they start to notice kind of a decline in their progress, and that for me specifically is what's been going on. So if you know me, about almost a year ago now, I moved to Virginia with Brady, and during that transition I just wanted to make sure there was no unexpected issues or anything, so I got on the Nexplanon, which is an implant in my arm. And I had been on the depot shop before, and I noticed some weight gain and some hormonal changes and stuff going on with my emotions back then. So I decided to go off of it for 5 years, and I didn't touch any type of birth control. And I noticed the most progress in the gym during that time frame. So once I went on this, it was fine for the first like few months. I was bleeding a little bit irregularly, but it was fine. But I was going back and forth after probably month 3 about getting off of it, because I've noticed that I've just been holding weight in weird places, and my emotions have been kind of all over the place. And
I mean, she does live with me. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, it's not your fault. But yeah, everything's just kind of been all over the place. So I went back and forth a million times, and Brady, bless his heart, has been super patient with me.
Well, I mean, listen, if you're a guy still watching after we've talked about stuff regarding birth control, well, you should be. We don't have to worry about different types of birth controls and putting hormones in our bodies. And it's important to have a supportive partner. And so guys, learn about it, support your partner in their decisions, and do what you can, even if that means emptying the dishwasher because your partner doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's my least favorite thing to do. You can do that.
But I think the biggest struggle was trying to find somebody to do it.
Yeah, so we went to urgent care, and I wasn't aware at the time that we couldn't have it removed there. So we paid for an office visit and everything just to be told that they couldn't do it. So Brady handles all of my appointments, and I'm very, very lucky and very blessed to have someone who takes care of things like this for me. But he scheduled another appointment with a gynecology center so that I could go talk things out with her and hopefully have it removed, to which she told me I couldn't that week, so I have to go back this week to have it removed and hopefully not go back and forth on my decision before then. But yeah.
It was a weird conversation though. Like, let's dive into, this was, guys, I went, because I think, again, it's important, and if you have somebody who wants you to be part of the journey, then if you can go. Like, if you're thinking about kids or you want to have kids one day, don't wait until your partner is pregnant to get involved with doctor's visits. Like, be involved as much as you can be. So I went with her and met this OBGYN, and it was an interesting visit.
Yeah, so I told her what was up. Basically told her I've struggled with some UTIs, yeast infections, things that all women on birth controls deal with, and essentially told her I wanted it out, to which she's a huge advocate for that, but also be aware that when you go to these types of appointments, even if you decide you don't want to be on birth control anymore, she's going to try to talk you in to maybe trying other forms of birth control that might work for you. Me personally, I've never been like a huge advocate for the IUD. I've, you know, some of my family members have had some horror stories, so I've just never been an advocate for that. But she told me, she was like, well, just because it's happened to one person before doesn't mean that's going to happen to you, which might be true.
And she tried to put it in Chelsea's language. She's like, just because one of your clients has a bad experience in the gym doesn't mean that every client's going to have a bad experience in the gym.
Right, which is, like, in a sense, that's true. That is true. But also when it's not just one client that's had a bad experience in the gym, or in this case, you know, a family member that's had a bad experience with an IUD. I've had multiple friends that have had issues with it, and I've seen lots of reviews online where people have had issues with it. And so it's just, for me personally, I don't want to do it. And so it took a little bit of, you know, talking and convincing, but eventually she was like, okay, well, we'll get it taken out, but this is something that I have to be prepared for, and so do you. So yeah, we rescheduled the appointment, and I'm going back this week and hopefully getting my hormones on track and progressing in the gym the way I want to.
I would just say my point of view was that I've heard it my whole life. I've obviously worked at the American Heart Association for 2 years, so I learned a lot about cardiovascular health, and I've worked in the mental health space. Always be an advocate for yourself. Be your biggest advocate. Like, and she was like, well, what's your plan for
alternate contraceptives?
Condoms, like, well, condoms are only 82%, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, which, like, I'm not trying, I don't think either of us are trying to say that a medical professional knows less than we do, but for us as a couple, we made a decision that this is what was best, and we went in. And so I feel like if you do decide to go off of a birth control, just be prepared to, you know, be talked into maybe another form of birth control, because you might go in there and say, I'm done, I don't want to be on a birth control, but then they're going to be a little bit persuasive and you might cave. So just be very solid in your reasoning for wanting to get it taken out, and don't cave just because somebody else says that it might be better for you to do something else.
Yeah, just know, like, just be your own biggest advocate and put yourself first. Again, guys, we're never going to have probably to worry about this, because that is the sad truth. And we don't have to be the ones to worry about this. But it doesn't mean you don't have a role.
But when they get it taken out, it's going to shock your hormones again. And then you're going to probably experience all the same side effects that you had when you initially got on the birth control.
Moral of the story, be your own biggest advocate. And guys, stay involved, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Because this time next week, we'll be talking about how it went.
Yeah. I'm probably checking up in the next few weeks to see how my body's reacting to going off the hormones, which, if it's anything like my experience before, I'll be fine. I'm hoping that these headaches will go away that I've been getting. And then maybe I'll cry a little less.
She doesn't cry that often.
I cry often. I almost cried today when I didn't hit my deadlift.
You did? I thought you did cry, actually.
No, I almost did though.
But yeah, it's important. Like, and it's a part of your health and wellness and all of those things. So I thought it was important to talk about.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'll say that first and foremost, 100%, I am very, very lucky to have a partner who cares as much as Brady does.
Zim has been here all along.
Yeah, he's chilling.
But
it's almost dead. This is like perfect timing.
It is perfect timing. Shout out to John and Grace and Jack Langenstein for sponsoring our sound. So if you don't think our sound's good today, blame them for not teaching us how to use it better.
Yeah.
And Chelsea really loved the peanut butter eggs that
John
sent.
So John and Grace, they both make these huge peanut butter chocolate eggs that were so soft and melty, and I'm obsessed with them. But they have them in like a million different flavors, like coconut, maple butter,
I don't know,
Butterfinger.
They
all
can be
the things.
yours for a nice donation of, I think, $20. And if that's too little, then we'll match the rest, John.
100%.
100%. So, thanks.
Zim's like, what are you doing?
Zim, you have anything to say? Roger's enjoying my heat pad.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out. So
You have to cut that out. You can't.
No, we're keeping
yeah, no, you can't.
we're keeping it.
You can't talk about that.